You're listening to Getting Real with Real Estate with Danielle Kempf and Jim Kempf, St. Louis's favorite father-daughter real estate team, with honest advice, local insights, and stories from the real world of real estate. Because smart real estate decisions start with real conversations.
All right, are we on?
We are on.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome.
This is episode 49.
49.
How about that?
I know. It's only taken us a little over 3 years to get here.
Ooh, that sounds like a long time.
But I mean, we've been podcasting since our first one was February 28th, 2023.
Wow. That's pretty good, I guess.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. We get a little behind sometimes, but that's okay.
We do.
Things happen.
We've stuck with it.
That's right. And so you always tell me I can't tell the date of anything, but it is a Throwback Thursday day.
It is a Throwback Thursday day.
Yeah, so we're gonna
we're recording on a Thursday. We don't always post on a Thursday, but that's okay. We're doing a throwback about Jim and I and how we both ended up in the real estate industry.
Yeah, and so a little different today. We're not really doing a joke per se. But it is kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
It kind of relates to apples falling from trees. If
and it's just
know what that means.
My sad reality of life, and not in like a boohoo sad. But I tried to be different for my parents when I was growing up. But then I talk with my partner, and I'll say something, and he looks at me, and he goes, "You sounded like your dad." And that's a little scary sometimes. But I mean, he's not always wrong.
Poor Gage.
What's your saying? You might not always be right, but you're never wrong.
That's You use that one now?
No.
Oh, I use it still all the time. And I got to give credit where credit's due. I got that from my old boss back at Ford Credit.
Ford Credit.
Cliffy, shout out to Cliff. Thanks for that one, boss.
Yep.
But
my parents, they're not always right.
They're
never wrong, but they're just not always right.
Never wrong. No, never been wrong. Not always right, but. All right, so a little bit about us, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time, so we're just going to kind of talk about...
Throwback, just kind of how we ended up up here.
Why we do what we do, I guess, might come out in this little mix of questioning.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So let's start off with where were you born?
First one, obviously St. Louis.
You're a St. Louis boy?
St. John's Mercy.
I don't know what hospital I was born.
Yeah, you do? You at St. Mary's.
Was you?
No, St. Mary's right here on Clayton Road.
Could not have told you that. I wasn't there.
You didn't know. I can tell you this little piece of useless trivia that it was 10 degrees below zero when I came home from the hospital.
Really?
Yeah. True
I was
story.
also born during ER.
Yes, you were.
I
Kind of interrupted the episode that your mom and I were trying to watch, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we went to the hospital at like 5 a.m. and she was going to get induced, and you hung around till 9:15 or 9:11.
PM.
I think. Wasn't it 9:11 p.m. or something?
It was right around
something
there.
Like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's. Fun.
But we're supposed to be talking about you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, born and raised St. Louis, of course. Went to good old Afton High School.
Okay.
Home of the Cougars.
Home of the Cougars.
I think everybody knows that. Should.
Yeah. If you've seen a couple of our other stuff, you might see that. Or when we did the American Dream episode, you got to wear your old college jacket.
High school.
Your high school. That's what I meant. Your high school, your Letterman.
I did pull that out. Mm-hmm. It still fits, believe it or not.
It did fit. We have pictures of it.
That's right.
We'll post one.
Right. And we, when we interviewed, the VP from McKelvey. That was a lot of fun.
That was really
cool. And I can't remember, I apologize, I don't remember his first name, but I asked him, that was part of the speed round question.
That was part of his
What's the Afton High School mascot? And he didn't know.
Yeah.
That's funny. I told him it was the easiest question. He didn't get it. He's like, oh, man.
It just got harder from there.
It was kind of funny, but yeah. So, okay, yeah, so Afton High School, and then, of course, I went to Rolla. Now called Missouri
S&T, Science and Technology.
Yeah. So
You were a minor.
I was a minor. I was really a board rep, but I was a minor.
Mm-hmm. What'd you study? What'd you go in for? Well, not going that way, but...
I didn't study much if you looked at my grade point. But, no, I got a degree in mechanical engineering. Actually worked in that industry, in the refrigeration industry, for a couple of years after that.
Very cool.
It was very cool. Yeah, it was cold almost some days. But that was kind of fun. Worked at Hussman Refrigeration.
Okay.
Up on the Rock Road. And then I went to the Paul Mueller Company down in Springfield, Missouri for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting.
What was your plan to do with that? Just work on refrigeration?
No, No, that like wasn't like a dream job or anything. It was just a job.
Yeah.
Just kind of happened to get in that industry. Actually, so my very first boss, he was a St. Pat's board rep from Rolla.
Okay.
And that's how I got my in for that job interview. They actually called me.
Oh.
And his name was Buzz Schaefer. Buzz.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
His real name was Wayne. But when I
Buzz sounds cooler.
But when I went in when I went in for my interview, and I went to the reception desk and I said, "I'm here to see Wayne Schaefer," and they're like, "Who?"
They didn't know who you were here for.
And the lady asked somebody, she go, "Oh, you mean Buzz? Yeah, he's upstairs. We'll go get him."
They're like, "You're here for the wrong interview, apparently."
Yeah, no, that's a true story.
That's funny.
I was hired on Leap Day in 1988. It's February 29th of 1988.
Okay.
Was my first job date.
It's a weird.
First big job after my first
College.
big boy job after
Yeah.
college. Yeah.
It's kind of weird that you remember your first starting date, but I guess because it was a leap day,
yeah,
makes
it
it
was-
special.
Yeah, they told me my raise would be effective on my anniversary. That'd be like 4 years later.
Honestly, that's the best day to hire people.
I didn't like that, but they took care of me though.
Well, I'm sure.
So where'd you go to college? Or where'd you go to high school? It's
school?
high school first.
It's high school first.
Well, you probably need to say where'd you go to elementary school even too.
Well, I was also born and raised in Afton, so we're both Afton kids.
Of course. God's country.
Yeah, it's God's country, right off Tesson Ferry. God love it. I went to Seven Holy Founders Parish, if you're familiar with that. I was the last graduating class from
right.
Founders, so we shut it down, for better or for worse. Not sure why that may have been, but you know.
Yeah.
And then high school, I went over to Nerix Hall in Webster.
Yeah.
I was a marker,
Good.
our green marker. We love it.
Yeah.
And it's still funny, like, I'll tell people my mascot was a marker, and people just kind of go, what do you mean? And then you show the pictures of our mascot. It's so funny. I love it. We make our mark on the world.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I like it. Okay.
And then after high school, I went to William Woods University in Fulton, Missouri.
Yeah.
I started as a American Sign Language for my major.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I picked that. I really don't know why I picked it. It sounded cool.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
It was something different. It really narrowed down my choices in colleges.
That it did.
And that was okay, because there's a lot of colleges out there, and trying to make that decision when you're, 17 years old, 18, it's a big decision to make.
Sometimes it's hard.
So I started as American Sign Language interpreter. I got through that for about the first year. I think about maybe more so the first semester. And then I added a business major. I double majored for a while. Ended up just finishing with a major in business administration with my emphasis in entrepreneurial management.
Hey.
And a minor in American Sign Language.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I don't know much of my sign language anymore. But about like a third grade reading level.
Well, that's, something at least.
It's something. Yeah, I remember bits of it.
Should work on that a little bit. That'd be good.
Yeah,
That's
one of
kinda
my
neat.
best friends is an interpreter, so when we're on
Right.
vacation, we kind of, every once in a while, we'll just like sign at each other, and everyone gets a little mad at us, but that's okay.
All right. You can say things about people. They don't know.
Exactly, and they just don't know.
It's kind of fun.
And so, yeah, so I went in for American Sign Language, changed it up quite a bit, ended up with a business major.
Yeah.
And one day while I was in class, somebody called me. It was him.
Yeah.
He called me
yeah.
in the middle of class.
I
My
did.
teacher was not happy.
That's
He
right.
just wasn't. He was a rude old man.
I forgot that was in the middle of class.
It was the middle of class,
Yeah, that was funny.
So then I called him afterwards, and he said, "Hey, I got a summer job for you." And I was like, "Oh, cool,
Well,
great."
you didn't answer the phone though.
Because I was in class.
Right. Yeah.
I called you back after.
Well, so what the story behind that was I got an email from our broker manager from Kathy down in
Kathy.
South County, and like the middle of the day she's like, "Hey, does anybody know anybody that needs a summer job?" And I was like, man, I dropped everything I was doing. I called her. I said, "Hey, tell me about that summer job. What do you got?" I said, "I got a daughter in college." And she goes, "Tell her she's hired." And I said, "What?"
You're like, "For what?"
I said, "Don't you want to talk to her first?" And she's like,
No.
"Well, not really." And she's like, "I'm like, well,
She trusted
you should probably talk to her. So I'll have her call you. Is that okay?" Yeah, that's fine. So I called Danielle. I think she texted me probably back, and I said, "I got you a summer job," and you're like, probably were like, "Oh."
I was probably
whoop-de-
great.
whoop-de-doo, probably,
yeah, in the
sure.
middle of class, I'm like, "Can I do one thing at a time?" But yeah, and then I ended up calling you. I called Kathy.
Yeah.
And so, like Jim said, Kathy was our broker manager at our South County office, and they needed a receptionist for the summer. Theirs was going on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And so I called Kathy. I came in over spring break. My interview probably lasted 5-10 minutes. And I think she hired me on the spot.
You were probably hired before the interview.
I was hired the
I'm
minute
sure.
you called her, probably.
Probably.
She's like, we're done. But yeah, so that was really my first start into real estate, was a summer job.
Yeah,
But
right.
I kind of knew it, and we'll backtrack to you a little bit here for your post-college, but that was really my first job within real estate.
Yeah.
Now, I knew kind of what you did before I got that
yeah.
job, but I just thought he went into houses and made money somehow.
It made you sit in the corner during open houses. That's
Yeah.
the story you always tell. I sound like Father of the Year.
You just take it the
Go to
wrong
my
way.
open houses, and he made me sit in the corner.
Well, you did.
That's what you tell people.
Well, it's what I did.
You were playing games. Or
I
doing
was
homework
doing
or whatever.
homework.
Yeah, playing games. Whatever.
More so, I was playing games on my
Playing
phone.
Mario Kart or whatever you had.
On my
at the
Nintendo
time.
DS, probably.
Yeah.
That was a good
Yeah.
pick. But you still put me on like a corner. It wasn't bad. My least favorite part was picking up the signs.
That's terrible. Oh, like I made you do that once, probably.
More
Maybe
than once.
you did it once, and this is like you would think she did it every single time. Made her cross traffic. Hey, go cross the highway and get that sign. That's
I
what
did
you would
Frogger
think.
over like
Right,
270.
yeah. I'm sure you did.
Oh no, I mean like it
In
wasn't.
your world, anyway.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well let's.
All right. So that's how you
I got
That's how you got started in it, and then.
And then
well,
the rest was history.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you went back to college for a semester, right? And then
A
came
full
back
year.
and full year, and then came back and
and
worked again part time.
Yeah, and I finished.
While you were finishing.
Yeah, I
so that was
finished
cool.
college remotely, worked full time as receptionist prior to graduating, and
Yeah, that was cool.
3 months after I graduated, I got my real estate license.
That's right. Yeah.
And then a week later, COVID hit.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
We'll go back. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess.
So then, post college for you,
Well, I mentioned I worked for
refrigeration.
I worked for Hussman, and then I worked for Paul Mueller Company, and then. So then I went back. Actually, when I was down in Springfield, Missouri, I went back to school because I wanted to get a master's degree, like an MBA. So I had to go back and get some prerequisite classes. Did that at Southwest Missouri State, now called Missouri State, and then transferred to SLU, and I was getting a master's degree in finance. So I did that kind of at night. I got a part-time job at Ford Credit. And that was in July of 1990 or 91.
Okay.
And I was part-time down in Springfield. And then toward the end of that year, I talked to the boss down there, and I said, hey, I'm going to be transferring to St. Louis University. Do you think the St. Louis branch needs any help? So I met up with the collection supervisor there, and she hired me part-time while I was going to SLU. And then they offered me full-time, and then they started paying for my college and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I stuck around Ford Credit for 18 and a half years, had a good
Awesome.
run there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of good people in the car business, and
Some funny stories.
had some funny stories out of it, and I got a couple good sayings from my old boss that I still use today. But yeah, so it was. I mean, that was fun, a good job. But then we started downsizing throughout the years, the latter years of my time there, and so in 2007 we were kind of getting ready for some more layoffs, and I knew I was kind of on the bubble, so I got my real estate license toward the end of 2007.
Yeah.
Got laid off early 2008, and then after that I worked on a duplex that I had just bought. Me and a buddy of mine kind of renovated that, and then I started selling, and then I caused the Great Recession, and
Yeah. We had great timing in this.
yeah, and then here we go.
Yeah.
So but pretty much that was it. Been doing it ever since. Kind of, I got into buying some rental properties before I actually got licensed.
Yeah, I was
So
going to
I
ask
had
why
some-
the real estate after
Yeah, I
Ford.
had some while I was at Ford. I a good friend of mine that worked at a dealer. He and I kind of not like as partners, but he was buying some rental properties, and I started doing the same thing. So we kind of worked together a little bit, helped each other do that.
Yeah. Help you to learn as you're starting out.
Yeah, we would buy a house, renovate it, or buy it, renovate it, and then get a tenant in there, and then refi it, and then go buy another one, and keep doing that kind of situation. So we did that for a while, and then got laid off and kind of quit quit buying because at the time, in real estate, just
You
starting out in
couldn't
real
give
estate.
houses away.
Well, just starting out in real estate and not making a ton of money because houses were cheap and like you said, you couldn't hardly give them away back then. There were so many on the market. So weren't making a whole ton of money. So at least initially, and then just kind of got rolling after that. So, but yeah, all good. That's kind of how I got in it and been doing it ever since. Love it, really.
Yeah.
It's been,
and when he first started, that's when I was 10 years old, and I would just ride along and go to open houses and sit
every
in the
once
corner.
every once in a while I'd have to bring you on a showing or two. I think I remember I think you and Sonny one time went. We did a show. You and Sonny stayed in the car, I think. And
I believe it.
I
remember there was a couple houses.
No, it was
Caitlin
not
and I
100
were
degrees
at.
outside. It wasn't middle of summer. I didn't do that.
The windows were down.
It was a nice day,
Yeah.
cool, But yeah, so that's kind of how I got into business, and
then I just kind of started
you
helping
joined us?
him.
Yeah, you.
Really, it was more so after I was receptionist because I had more tools after I was receptionist. So I went back for that year at school, and I was kind of helping with some of your marketing, like the postcards. I did some of that, and
Yep.
and then I guess I don't know at what point it was that I decided it was like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah. And then 2020, you got licensed, and
March 2020, I got licensed, and a week later, COVID shut us down, and was not at all how I was anticipating our first year in the market to be.
Yeah, that was a little scary because we didn't know, if we were going to be making any money for a while.
Because we were just everybody else, we were stuck at home for the first month or two. But then
a little bit, kind of. I mean, we
no one just really knew what was going on, but we picked up really quickly.
Yeah. I kind of sort of kept coming to the office. There was only a handful of us that ever came in, but we just did our thing, and then slowly but surely, clients kind of started coming out of the woodwork, and then the year turned into a monster year. Actually, it was really a good year for us. So,
because I think everybody was stuck at home, and they're realizing this isn't working. For one way or another, the house is too small for everybody to be here 24 hours a day. Kids got to do school, and parents have to have offices, and
or some of them wanted to get the heck out of town too. They didn't like run around with a bunch of people that could be breathing stuff
sick
on them.
So we had a really good year.
Yeah, it was a great year. And then, so that would have been 2020. 21 was, I think, a pretty good year. 22 and 3, I think.
We were top
that's
producers.
when we got our team top producer. That's when we kind of started our team, right? Was 22 really, sort of? Or when we kind of
I think 21
rebranded?
is when we first branded. Because 2020, we weren't fully sure. And I was trying to get out of Dodge. I was trying to get out of town.
Yeah, you were for a while.
I was thinking about moving to Arizona, which
that's
best thing that ever happened to me that I didn't.
Yeah,
truthfully,
that would have been
a totally different
train
beast.
wreck, probably.
Yeah. So best thing that happened that I didn't go there, and so I think it was 21 is when we first branded the team.
Yeah.
And we've done a couple variations of headshots and rebranding, and we finally got our logo, I think, in 22 or 23. We got our current logo, and we did a redesign thanks to our office, and so...
Yeah, the company helped us with that. That was cool. And then in 24, we had a monumental... You had a monumental accomplishment, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was awarded a Coldwell Banker International 30 Under 30 agent.
Fantastic.
It was a wild...
That's crazy.
It was just crazy. I remember putting in the application, and I was not feeling like a top producing real estate agent that day. I think I was just... It was the deal I was working. I don't know which one it was. It was a headache of a deal. And
it happens.
And it happens. And I just was not feeling like a top producing agent.
Yeah.
But I still submitted my application and my videos, and then I forgot I did it. And almost like a year later, it felt like,
seemed like a long time.
We were sitting in our office just right behind us, and in walks Norm, Bill, and Lori.
Yeah.
So like our owners and our managers, and we're looking at each other like, what did you do? Why are we in trouble?
We thought we were getting sued.
We thought we were in so much trouble. Like, where it's like everybody's here, and they knock and they go, we need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on? And then Norm, our owner, said, you made the list. And I was like, list? What list?
Right.
And I totally forgot. He goes, the 30 Under 30 list. You made it.
Yeah.
I made it. I was like, oh, like there's another round of interviews or something, because I just submitted my application. And I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you made it. You're a 30 under 30
You're the winner.
agent.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And we were smiling the whole day.
That was awesome. Yeah.
It was huge news, and we were not
awesome.
expecting it at all. And
It's got some nice hardware.
I do, yeah,
I think
in the
it's still in the
office.
box, isn't it?
it
Did
is.
you
So,
leave it?
it's in the box. We don't need to say that.
Yeah, well, oops.
Oops.
Sorry, Coldwell Banker. We'll take it out right
We'll
after
take
the
it out.
show.
It'll be on my desk after the podcast, I promise. But yeah, I have a nice trophy, and, it was just neat to be recognized.
Oh,
Less
hell
than
yeah.
4 years in the business.
That was awesome.
And they're like, hey, we see something in you that
I think it's great.
I didn't always see in myself, so.
Proud dad moment for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was better than getting. It's not like I ever really got all A's in grade school, but it was better getting all A's on the report card.
Yeah, good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how we became what we are.
Yeah.
I guess the Kemp team has done. I think we probably just about hit or right at a little over. I think now 350 transactions lifetime,
That's awesome. Yeah.
which is pretty good. A
30
big
years.
chunk of those have been in the last 6 or 7 or 8 years. But
Yeah. 30
yeah, it's
years
been great.
combined experience.
Yeah.
And we're both and being local to St. Louis, we're very familiar with all the different parts and all the different neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
So we might be
absolutely.
South County kids, born and raised, but we'll go all over. We go from Lake St. Louis, North County, South County, even into Jefferson County. So
Wentzville, even
Wentzville,
anywhere.
And it's been fun to see. I mean, for me, like when I went out to college, I would drive out Highway 70.
Right.
And seeing all the new development and everything out, and like the Wentzvilles and the W's, and going out towards Kingdom City, it's kind of cool to see. And so being in the business,
Things have changed a lot.
Things change a lot. And being in the business, you kind of get to see that a little more firsthand and see how the city's growing. And it's pretty cool.
It is, yeah. It's a fun business. I mean, we like to, just we kind of, I feel like we kind of treat our clients like their family. Once they kind of,
We're a
because it's a
family
family,
business.
yeah, we're a family business. So once once they become clients, they kind
They're
of,
forever clients. You're not a
Yeah.
past client to us. You're our forever client.
yeah, you can't get out of the family.
No,
So.
as much as you try, maybe.
We're like the mob.
Yeah.
Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's been great. It's been a really rewarding second career. I had a first one there at Ford, I guess you'd call it. But this one's much better, man. It's so nice not to be in corporate America. And you never had to deal with that, which is kind of lucky for you. She just really didn't want to have to write a resume and interview. That's why she got into real estate. She didn't say that part, though, did you?
No, I didn't. That was never a reason. I was like, this could work.
No, I know. I like to give you trouble about it, though.
And Kathy threatened me. I couldn't leave. So
She did, yeah. She probably.
I've been told I can't leave.
Right. So, but yeah, that's kind of
That's
a little
just
bit
kind
of
of how we got here.
That's us, I guess.
Yeah.
3 years later, after our very first podcast,
After our first podcast.
just kind of re-highlighting what's been going on because things have changed. We had some new good stuff happen, I guess, since we teamed up, and
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun. And
There's been a lot of good things between like the two of us that we've done. There's been some changes just within the real estate industry itself.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, even just comparing 2026 to 2020, totally different markets.
different market, but
And compared
you know
to
what?
2008,
Oh, that's for sure. That's
Very
yeah,
different markets.
Way, yeah, for sure. But even right now, at least a lot of the buyers, you've had better luck than I have recently, but some of the buyers I'm working with, we've been struggling getting deals just because there's so many offers on some of the houses we're looking at. So that's a little bit reminiscent of the COVID days.
it does.
But we just plow through it and battle through it. And
Yeah.
we always hopefully find everybody the right house. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right on. Well, there you go. So that's a little bit about us. If we'll kind of wrap it up, and I guess we'll kind of leave it with just saying if
You're looking for real, honest real estate advice, give us a call.
Yeah, there's no obligation to just talking,
Yeah.
And
Just here to see kind of what your goals are and how we can help you achieve those.
That's right. See how we can help you. It doesn't matter if it's this year, next year, or 10 years from now. We're gonna be still
We'll
doing
still
business.
probably be here.
Probably still be doing deals. Heck yeah.
He'll die in this
I hope
business.
I'm here.
He'll die in this business.
I might not be here. I don't know, but you'll be here.
I'll be here.
So yeah, we'll be here for you.
We're
All
here
right.
for you. So give us a call if you need anything.
Sounds good. We'll see you on the next one. The Big 5-0's coming up.
You know how that feels. I made that joke before.
Thanks. Yeah, I just got that one. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
See ya.
See you later.
That's it for this episode of Getting Real with Real Estate. We hope you learned something new, had a laugh, and feel a little more confident in your real estate journey. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Kempf Team for local insights, listings, and a real look at what it's like behind the scenes in real estate. Have questions or a topic you want us to cover? Reach out anytime at 314-336-1926. And don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or YouTube so you never miss an episode.